Hello and welcome. This is a short presentation of the Data Protection Impact Assessment template produced by the University of Maribor. The asset is designed to help users perform and document their own DPIA. The Data Protection Impact Assessment template is a part of a larger deliverable and is dedicated to guiding the user through the process of performing a DPIA. The template can also serve as the documentation of the performed assessment. The template is designed for small organizations with limited resources and is easily adjustable to any specific requirements or needs. The asset is available as part of deliverable D3.13 on the project's website under Publications. The DPIA template includes helping guides to determine the need for the assessment in a given situation. It helps with establishing relevance and proportionality of the collected personal data and helps with assessing the risks to individuals' rights and freedoms. This includes predefined levels of compliance and an extensive pre-prepared list of potential risks. The asset also contains advice on consultations with the data protection officer and a template to perform an optional self-assessment step that helps users make sure they have covered all the DPIA requirements. For the purpose of the Smart Campus demonstrator, we have used the DPIA template to create an example data protection impact assessment for enrollment of students in a university. This is the document demonstrating an example of a data protection impact assessment created using the described DPIA template for the application of students' personal data processing upon and after their enrollment at a university. In the interest of time, we will skip over more mundane things like the introduction, definition of terms, and so on, and focus on things the template provides more support for. First up is the personal data that will be processed for this application. In addition to the list of data that will be processed, the main things to define are the legal grounds for its processing and how long will the data be stored. In the case of our demonstrator, everything was defined and mandated by the higher education law. Next are the prepared defined levels of compliance and relevance of potential risks. They range from not applicable, when the predefined risks are not relevant to a given use case, and go through low and medium to high. When applicable risk is high, the processing cannot begin until it is approved by a supervisory authority. The levels are used in the risk assessments, which we will look at next. Here we have a risk assessment table. The template provides over 120 potential risks, which are in the first column of the table. The user then has to evaluate the probability and severity of the risk for their circumstances, and from it derive the actual risk to the rights and freedoms of data subjects. In the next two fields, they might write any notes they have and measures that were taken to reduce the risk. The new probability and severity and the consequential risks are defined at the far right. The analysis of the risk assessment shows if the associated risks are acceptable or if additional actions are necessary. Here you can easily see the effect of the applied measures. The final section of the assessment is the optional self-assessment of the performed work. The template provides the users with the topics to pay attention to and explain how they have addressed them. This concludes the presentation of the Data Protection Impact Assessment template, produced as part of the CyberSec for Europe project. Thank you for watching and goodbye.